the aftermath of the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan, hundreds of Afghanis are fleeing their nation looking for refugee status to be relocated in neighboring or third countries. The scenario has given way to speculations that Afghani nationals might make their way into Nepal, mainly via air routes, which has raised considerable security concerns in the Himalayan nation. Good morning, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. The third rung leaders of CPN-UML intensify political bargainings. Province 1 Chief Minister Rai hints at stepping down to save party unity. With increasing number of Afghan nationals looking for refugee status in the aftermath of Taliban takeover, security concerns also rises in Nepal. The US and Germany warn their citizens to avoid Kabul airport amid continued chaos outside the terminal. Many people feared crushed to death at the airport yesterday. And Barcelona play a 1-1 draw against Athletic Bilbao under the Spanish La Liga. Manchester City romp Norwich 5-0 in Premier League. The third rung leaders of CPN-UML after the party split has intensified internal meetings in a bid to strengthen party unity, while also putting forth their demands in the changed dynamics of national politics. This faction of about 38 lawmakers who earlier were staunch critic of the unilateral ways of Chairman KP Sharma Oli but failed to side with senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal after the party split has held extensive discussion on the faction's forthcoming strategy. This group has urged Chairman KP Sharma Oli to take back the decision of taking action against 14 Central Committee members, including senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal, while all the same time called on leader Nepal to stop all activities towards the registration of the new party. Despite such a request, both factions are adamant on their respective stance. Even as the demands of the third rung leaders are unlikely to be fulfilled, the recent political development hint at their stay in the leadership faction, boosted by political bargaining. The appointment of Astalakshmi Shakya as Province 3 Chief Minister and the political development in Province 1 further hints at this exercise of leadership handover. Province 1 Chief Minister Sherdhan Rai has said that he is ready to quit the post in a bid to save party unity. Chief Minister Rai, while speaking with Kantipur News, said that he is ready to step down from his position to save the party unity and if there is assurance that UML will lead the province government. However, Chief Minister Rai has said that the leader vying for the post of the Chief Minister should guarantee the majority votes. Chief Minister Rai's comments has come at a time when the third rung leaders of Nepal faction have emphasized on party unity. The opposition alliance in Province 1 is looking for a change of guard after the splitting of CPN-UML. The country continues to reel under coronavirus as 30 individuals succumbed to the virus in the past 24 hours, taking the country's death tally to 10,485. 1,424 more individuals tested positive as 7,703 samples were tested through the PCR method in the past 24 hours. Kathmandu district reported the highest 483 new cases, followed by Jhapa with 132 new cases. Lalitpur district reported 103 new cases while Bhaktapur registered 81 cases. Meanwhile, the number of recoveries has reached 695,925 as 2,382 registered full recovery from the virus yesterday. There are currently 39,321 active cases in the country, out of which 36,015 are in home isolation, 718 are in intensive care units, while 166 are on ventilator support. It's Janai Purnima today, one of the age-old festival of the country, specially celebrated by Hindu community with significant fanfare. This full moon day festival is a harbinger of a series of festivals that will reach its climax with the biggest festival of Dasai in just over a month's time. On this day, people renew their janai, a sacred thread worn across the body by Hindu men as people flock to Shiva temples across the country. A large throng of devotees are also seen at riverbanks taking holy dips. Brahmin priests also tie sacred threads around the wrist of devotees. Meanwhile, people also indulge in a special delicacy called kwati, a nutritious recipe made of sprouted beans. Understandably, the celebrations this time around has been subdued amid the coronavirus pandemic. With the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, there is a massive throng of people at the country's border with Pakistan to leave the country. Apart from a few Western countries, none look willing to welcome Afghanis as refugees in their land. Speculations are rife that due to Nepal's porous border with India, the Afghan nationals can thrive on this opportunity to make their way all the way to this Himalayan nation. The scenario has raised significant security concerns of Nepal. More in this report. In the aftermath of the Taliban takeover, a massive throng of Afghani nationals crowding the airports and their border region with Pakistan have been a common spectacle this past week. Hundreds of thousands of Afghani nationals have been camped at airports hoping to fly to third countries. Experts have meanwhile speculated that the Afghan people might not only opt for third country relocation, but also see Nepal as a possible destination. Security experts in the country thus feel that the changed context of a growing number of refugees has also created security concerns in Nepal in the face of Afghani nationals coming to Nepal as refugees, as done by Rohingya refugees all the way from Myanmar. Meanwhile, Nepal has already intensified monitoring of international flights, speculating that Afghanis might use aviation routes from Doha, Dubai, Sharjah, Kuwait, among others, to land in Nepal. Immigration Department at Tribhuvan International Airport has confirmed that 2 Afghani nationals had arrived in Nepal using diplomatic passports 2 days before the Taliban takeover, while 22 Indian nationals who were in Afghanistan have arrived in Nepal after the siege. The Afghanistan turmoil has a direct bearing on Nepal at both diplomatic level and security-wise. In the capacity of the SAARC chair, the onus is on Nepal to initiate dialogue with member countries and further boost security provisions in the country. Lately, the influence of mobile phones, internet and television among children has affected their productivity and study habits. This has prevented the children from exhibiting their talent. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked the writers and literature in Butwal what kind of children's literature would be useful in bolstering their talent. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
अहिलेका बालबच्चाहरू धेरै एडभान्स छन्, टेक्नोलोजीसँग पनि जोडिएका छन्। त्यसकारणले त्योसँग मिल्दाजुल्दा साहित्य सिर्जनाहरू गरियो भने आजको यो समय सुहाउँदो बाल साहित्यले बालबालिकाहरूलाई चाहिँ आकर्षित गर्न सक्छ।
कस्तो लेख्ने भन्ने भन्दा नि त्यो लेखेको कुरालाई कसरी बच्चाहरूसँग पुर्याउने, पठन संस्कृतिको विकासका लागि लेखकहरूले नै, साहित्यकारहरूले नै, प्रकाशन गृहहरूले नै पनि अभियान चलाउनु पर्यो।
बाल सुलभ, सरल र कलापूर्ण समय सापेक्ष साहित्यको आवश्यकता छ।
Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. Here's the question: what's your take on the government bodies repeating the same old malpractices despite reminders from the Auditor General's office? Your options are A, no initiative for improvement, B, no action against culprits, and C, impractical expense system. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And those were our latest headlines. Thank you for watching. Good day.